Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to what we call technical difficulty.
Technical difficulty.
We can make it through this show to be amazing. But before we dig deep into this show, as always, the weather. Yeah, it's going to be a fun show for sure. This thing to work for more than 5 minutes. So, hey, Bear Morning. It's always fun and exciting here at 5 Star.
That is correct.
So, welcome everyone to the news. We're back. What's the weather like, Fernando?
There is 67.
Yeah, it was beautiful last
and
night.
The high is gonna be 83.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Did you have your door open last night?
No, I never had my doors open.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I always just
You used to always have your door open.
I know. I don't know why.
It was gorgeous last night. I slept out in the living room.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. It was
the door open.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I have.
So in Mexico, we didn't have AC, and we always leave with the doors and the windows open.
You used to do that all the time, though, in your other places.
Yeah. In my other places, just like leave the windows open and everything. So.
Yeah. Now you're just like, screw it. I'm bougie, bro. AC living.
I'm old, bro.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. Trust me. I was surprised when I got home that it was open, but it was gorgeous out.
Yeah.
And so I just kept it open, worked all night, had the door open. Yeah. It felt wonderful.
Same shirt, Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah. He picked them out for us. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. What are you doing?
Good morning, guys.
Currently 44 with.
Yes.
Lovely day. Let's dig through these the chat. Just saying hi to everyone. So how's it going? Swizzle Sticks. 66 with a high of 85 in Phoenix. Bro, it was hot last week, man. It was so hot. My nose is starting to peel from the sun.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun going in the. We're in Toronto.
Frozen.
It's like, oh my God, dude. Yeah. So, I've been keeping an eye on the weather, so I know what's back. And
just pack a jacket, bro.
Well, I always pack jackets. You know me, I travel. I'm two jackets.
You gotta travel with pants.
Right now it's 36 in Toronto.
Yeah, I know.
So Wednesday when I get there, it's 60 chance of rain, 45 to 64, then 39 to 56 with another 80% chance of rain.
That's
it's like Dallas all over again. And then it goes back down. So 40s, 50s. Oh my God, I'm gonna freeze my ass.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be raining, which fun. But it happens. Good morning.
Good morning.
Virginia, currently 54. Mary Lou checking in. Top of the morning, y'all. Nice to see you and catch up. Dean and Fur. Ooh, Fur baby. What's up? No, it was great. She was there. She didn't tell anybody as usual per which is like, bro. But it was nice to see her. Loved her pink shoes.
Yeah.
She was rocking the pink shoes. I was.
My pink shirt.
So I apologize.
It's just the weather.
I talked to Brad last night.
Oh.
Yeah, because I wanted to talk. I have a topic that I was trying to discuss.
About the waste space
About that. We were talking about high level to low level. Yeah,
a good conversation.
It was a fantastic conversation because I have the PowerPoint or slide deck that I'm doing in Canada. It was one of those things where there was one portion of it I didn't know if I wanted to add into it. And I'm still trying to figure out, because one of the things that we never put into that PowerPoint was talking about measuring voltage for your high level to low level integration. I don't know how we missed that one. And so I wanted to talk to him about that. So it was pretty cool. I'll fill you in tonight.
Nice.
Or today. Currently 51 with a high of 61. Slight chance of. So we're just gonna hope today's show works. That's really where we're at. So
pretty much. If you would disconnect.
Ron says hi. Brad, it was nice to meet you. It was nice to meet you. We went out. When the three of us, not myself, and then you went and got tacos. We kind of tag teamed in and out.
Yeah.
Junior and Javier.
Yeah.
AKA Junior Javier Senior.
Yeah.
So the Mexican restaurant you went to get tacos, was that the one that we all went to that one night that was kind of sketchy as hell with the little fence and the dog and all that crap?
No. It's literally
a nicer one.
This is nicer one.
Yeah.
I believe that's the one that Nalika went. That it was so loud.
Yeah.
And Nalika had to pay the guys.
Well,
shut up.
Well, that's a steakhouse that's in back behind.
Oh, okay. So no, it's not that.
No,
but it's literally behind the hotel.
Let's go next year.
Yeah,
because everyone keeps talking about it, and I was like,
it was so good.
What we need is a really good pizza place. Because I mean, that one we went to down the street wasn't that good.
Yeah,
but no, I definitely want to go next year. Maybe we'll go there for lunch on Wednesday instead of across the street. Because you can walk there, right?
Huh?
Is it walkable, or do you got to drive?
We drive.
Well, I know, but could you walk?
I mean, yes.
I mean, apparently
you walk for like 2 miles, so you can walk.
Yeah,
I'll meet you there.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll take an Uber. Guys, check the website for your favorite brands to see if they list anything new. Not all manufacturers announce their new products. I mean, yeah, but who's got that kind of time? Hey, listen, I really depend on our good friends at CE Outlook to do their job. She does call me every now and then, which she did this week, to find out if there's anything that she missed. We filled her in on a couple of new things that she didn't know about.
Yeah.
But the reality is, man, I ain't got that kind of time, bro. Like Thursday nights, it's like High Five Vegas show ends, I do the news, I go to bed. And it's like still 2 a.m, and it really sucks. Last night I was pretty excited because I was like, holy crap, I don't have like a bunch of stuff to do, but somehow I still didn't get started on the news until 10.
Yeah.
Because I had other stuff I had to do. Like I talked to Brad for an hour. So it's pretty exciting, that's for sure. What's up, Danny? Totally missed Danny this year's.
Yeah. What the heck, bro?
Great having the show back. I know, this is fantastic. This is the Friday, and the next Friday we don't have it because I'll be in Toronto playing my Woody Harrelson routine, so I can be the man from Toronto. Morning, guys. 42 and wet in the upper Pacific Northwest today. Going to be 51 for a high. That sounds wonderful. That really does. So we got news. This show is a ton of product news, obviously, coming out of Master Tech. A lot of guys introduced their stuff. So let's just dig deep into it and see what we got. First up is the new IQ subwoofer line. Did you see this by chance? Did you?
I'd like physically.
So I went over and actually talked with Eckley and Julian Fisher.
Yeah.
And I spent about an hour with them one morning. An hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Eckley gave me a thumb drive with a whole bunch of crap on it. I haven't had a chance. Nice. Dude, he totally gave it to me like he was in the freaking mob, bro. He's like, he puts out his hand. He wants to shake my hand. Yeah. Oh, it's totally like that. And he's like, don't show this to nobody. I'm like, which I probably shouldn't be talking about it, but I am because, hey, whatever. And I think it's at home still, or it's in my lunch bag. Either way, I haven't had a chance to open it. But so the behind this is there's weights that go into the top of the speaker. That over there is the cap that goes on top of them, and it changes obviously the parameters of the driver because you're making the cone heavier.
Yeah.
So you can more custom tailor it to the enclosure you're going to be having to build.
For sure.
Which I think is a great idea. I feel like the Stroker from Cerro Vega years ago, they used to have an adjustable Allen key on the top, so they had a top suspension, so you could make it tighter or looser depending on what you were trying to get out of it. Let's hope it comes back. Okay, there it goes again, and it's back. So no, this looks interesting. There again, it's one of those things I can't wait to have Jeff on later, and we'll talk about stuff like this. I feel like we'll probably have to do a couple things, like have them talk about new product. They had the new OS there, so they had their new software. And it was funny because I did talk to Julian, and I was like, bro, I'm not a fan of your input-output mixer. He goes, it's so easy. Ours is I go, no, yours is the hardest in my brain. Okay, that's just how and then they're all like, dude, you're going to love the new software. And I was like, fantastic. So I did not get a chance to see the new software. Did you?
No.
So the Germans were there for like 2 days.
Yeah, they had a huge trainings about the whole thing. Yeah.
We go there during the when we were doing our Clean Water Challenge, and they would demo it for you. They had chairs and a booth and all that crap set up. Which is probably why they won Best Boost Experience. But when the Germans left, they took the software with them. So it's like, if you missed it, you missed it. And so I was like, crap. But no, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm really looking forward to the future there and seeing what's happening.
Yeah.
So definitely a lot moving in that direction. There's also a ton of other new stuff that they introduced, but the list is long. So
yeah, for sure.
Over the next couple months, obviously we'll get updates, but Helix is definitely making moves and bringing stuff in. Also, dash cams being super popular. We of course had a sponsor that was what was our dash cam sponsor?
The dash Thinkware.
Jesus. See, I couldn't think.
Jesus?
Yeah, Jesus dash cams. Thinkware, obviously we've been working with them closely over the last end of last year. We had a lot of fun with dash cams. This is one of those things. Riding just came out of the dash cam. The reason why this came into the news was because it had a digital video out.
Yes.
So for some reason, a lot of people want to be able to plug their dash cams into their radios, even so much as Kenwood and Alpine both make dash cams controlled by the radio. This is a camera that has a video out, so you can feed it into a camera that has an AV in, which is interesting because, a lot of radios have swapped out the AV ins for more camera input.
Sure.
So who knows? This could be cool. You might be, I don't know. I don't know if it's needed because honestly, like you have a dash cam in your car, it means nothing to you other than it just works in the background, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like breathing. It just does its thing.
Yes.
And what
I don't want to know. I don't want a screen. I don't want nothing like that. Yeah. I just want to know that it's there for.
Yeah. So anything. Definitely this is a nerdy thing. But some of you guys really like this. So if you're looking for a dash cam that has a video out to put into your screen, Rydeen now has one available for you. So check that out. More new product news. Pioneer introduces 2 new radios. One is replacing their cheapest model radio ever.
Yeah.
Coming in at $279. It's funny because the comments were like, well, hopefully they didn't just change the model number and they fixed the problems they were having with it. It's a good question. Probably just change the model number. Believe it or not, changing the model number really has nothing to do with improvements and more to do with tracking warranty. So when you wonder why they change the model number so frequently, it's because of warranty issues. They want to be able to have a clear cut when they can end of life something. So that's why these manufacturers do it, which was very odd because COVID changed a lot of that, because now you have radio manufacturers that have gone to what every other person does is they serialize the warranty. So you can literally look at the back of the radio when it was manufactured. There's a date from there forward that the radio will be in warranty as opposed to the model number, just like everything else in the 12-volt industry, like a car. So you don't have to continuously change the model number. I mean, manufacturers are now keeping their radios for 4 or 5 years, which is fantastic and makes our lives so much easier because it's like, dude, it's a good radio. Just push a software update every couple months if, when stuff goes sideways, and that's it. We don't need new model numbers. Now, they did also introduce a new model in general between it's not the flagship 6000, it's a step down. The 5000, which has similar features, but is a smaller floating screen. So if Pioneer is your jam and you're like, man, I just can't get to 6000, check the new step down 5000 and see if that does what you need with a little bit smaller floating screen. I will say out of all the radios, the bezel on the Pioneer does look sexy. Like that, the chrome, and it's small, and it's they definitely do that. But it looks nice. That's my compliment. All right, moving forward, Glade releases finally the new Zeta series speakers. This is a 4-speaker line. So there's an 8, a 6, a 70 millimeter, and a tweeter. That's it. It's a fantastic new line. Obviously, aluminum neo magnets. No passive crossovers, a full active line, 100% a la carte, which is what most of the new Gladen speakers are.
Yep.
Which is fantastic because like that was something that he and I talked about when they were here was let's move to a la carte instead of pre-packaging things together with passive crossovers and all this stuff that we don't need. And when it's a high-end speaker line, it really makes sense to go to a la carte because you're looking for something special, and to put a $200 or $300 passive crossover in there just kind of destroys the price point when I could spend that on just a better speaker, which is what they've done in this new Zeta series. It is a higher end line for them. And they have an 8, which is really cool.
They do.
So this speaker line is starting to ship from Gladen. Make sure to follow them on Instagram at Moscone Gladen USA, and you can find out more about the products. Anything you got on this one?
Oh,
sure.
Beautiful.
Let me take a breather. Okay. Also, new product news. Gately is releasing new amplifiers. He has a full amplifier lineup. Now, he did have these at Knowledge Fest. Did you get a chance to see them?
He did, yes.
Yeah, these were fantastic. Big fan of Bobby, as we all know. I love his stuff. These are big amplifiers, though. These are big huge battery amplifiers. Yes. Similar to Bobby. He likes building big things with lots of power. One of the really cool features on this that I like is the sides of the amplifiers, which are not in this picture, are the rack system. So it's it's like when you're making girder work and stuff like that for like computer systems or just mounting aluminum rails. So the amplifier has that same aluminum rail system inside of it. So you can take existing aluminum rail systems and just build the amplifiers right into it as part of the structure. I thought that was fantastic. He had a couple examples of there showing how that worked. We talked about it for a little while because I was like, dude, that's really cool. Because at the end of the day, it's an aluminum amplifier, just like the aluminum brackets. So why can't you not use it? I mean, it's like save space, save time, save money. These are big boy amplifiers, as I said. They're in the pretty blue. If you're interested, make sure to check him out and go see what he's got. And, maybe you could make the next blood kill death base head vehicle.
There's plenty of those.
I know. Yeah, they're impressive. I still think it was so funny when we were at SEMA 2 years ago with audio control, and we took Matthew out there and we listened to all this stuff, dude. And you sat in the truck with his wife.
Yeah,
and she was just jamming out with you. I was like, dude,
that is, dude. I love those things.
Yeah, it was
fantastic.
It was fantastic for sure. Hang on, let me do this. Okay. Just getting everything situated here. Stinger introduces new High 10 and Horizon kits for trucks. As we know, the High 10 and the Horizon 10, its replacement, are the form factor that they're moving forward with. They've made kits in the past. They're updating some of those kits now to fit the new Horizon 10, which has a water-resistant mounting application for some of the off-road vehicles. So they've gone back in and come out with some new kits. So both GM and Ram have gotten new dash kits that will fit this. As you can see here, here's a nice GM kit. These allow you to pull out the factory bezel, put the kit in. Now these are full functioning kits, which means it comes with the harness, it comes with the talkie-talkie, it comes with everything you need, with the exception of the screen. Obviously, you buy the screen, you buy the kit. This is a plastic replacement, so you're getting plastics and electronics in the box. Keep that in mind. This is not like what's coming out from our good friends at iData and JVC Kenwood, where you're pulling out the screen, putting the screen in. This is a whole big 10-inch to go. Now, the nice thing is, if you're a knob fan, it has a knob and it's very flush. So it's two different solutions for the same problem.
I still like the style, how it is. It's flush. You don't see any floating coming out. So
yeah,
for me, they did a really nice job on the kits.
Yeah. So the one thing about the Horizon 12 is that it can do horizontal and vertical. Did you know that? You could actually flip it. Okay. And that would be the only way you could make a kit that would fit into something like this, is they would have to make a vertical mount that would stick up out of the dash, kind of like Linkswell style. Who knows? They may do that at some point. You never know. I think it would be a good move because, like, why not? I mean, people are into the Linkswell stuff. I need my knobs. Well, there you go. you got a knob. And you also have 8-channel preamp output. So there are a lot of really cool, compelling features that are built into the Stinger radio, which also takes us to our next new product announcement, which is Modus. Their radios are also going to have 8-channel preamp out, toss link, and all those fun things. This was a funny one. So as I said, we steal all this news from CE Outlook. There's a link in the description as always. If you want to read some really interesting BS and people that really need to crawl out from underneath the rock that they're living in and maybe look at the sun for a minute, the comments in the oh, we're back. And we're back. Sorry about it. Like I said, we're experiencing technical difficulty this morning. So excited. Anyways, as I was saying, some of the comments on this story in particular were just low IQ people talking about just hate and stupidity. I love it when people comment about things they have absolutely no idea about, have done zero research, and feel like the world needs to know what they're thinking. I think that's fantastic. Although that's probably pretty much a lot of that happens on social media. No one's responsible for anything they say and don't want to be held accountable for it. There are a couple things to know about Modus. It is Modus and not Mod US.
Yes.
Haley, when she was going around doing all the things, people kept referring to it as Mod US. Because there again, I get it. Modus is a tough word to say, maybe. It is an actual word. It stands, you guys can look it up. I'm not a dictionary, but one of the things, so there's basically 3 categories that they're going into. They're going to have amplifiers. There's going to be 3 amplifier lines. There's going to be entry level. There's going to be these guys here, which are the voltage battery amplifiers. And then we're going to have the class AB amplifiers with the clear acrylic tops that we got to see the original versions of those at Knowledge Fest Dallas, like, I don't know, 3 years ago, sometime either before or after COVID. That was when Steve Mead was there. That was cool. Now they were small back then. Now they're going to be bigger, so they're doubling the power on those, which are fantastic. Listen, everybody needs a backer. All right. Every company needs someone that's going to pay the bills. So if I look at it like this, and you come to me and you say, "Hey, Dean, I want to build something." Let's say money's money, right? So if I give you money, you're going to take it and build something cool. I'm just paying the bills. It doesn't mean I have anything to do with it. Now, if I can expedite things and make your life a little easier, then that's what I'm going to do. But that was one of the funny parts of this story, was that when you go into the comments and you read just the stupidity of like, listen, if I come to you and give you money to do something, it doesn't matter what I do. I mean, when you look at Diamond Audio, when Diamond Audio started, it was fronted by Max Factor, the cosmetic manufacturer. Had nothing to do with audio. He just had money, and they needed money, so they went to a guy that had money. And what all this means is that the owner of Boss, who lives in the area, is friends of Tony, because Tony actually did some work for Boss years ago when he was between jobs. So they still had that connection. So they needed a money guy, and who has money? This guy has money. So they went to him and asked him for a loan. And so there again, here we go. Now we were able to get cool products to come out that are out of Tony's head into the world, along with other engineers. So we have a whole radio line that's coming out that looks fantastic. Gorgeous screens, USB-C connection, thin panels, 8-channel preamp output. So there again, they were able to look at what's really cool and trendy right now and match it and come out with really cool products. The power wire, and this is the little tiny plug there. This is a really cool idea. And these are things that we need moving forward. Is this the answer to all our problems? I don't know. We're going to find out. It hasn't even shipped yet, and people are already judging them, which I think is hilarious. Let's reserve our opinions until things actually get out in the market and we actually can see what things are going to do. So this is a really cool new product. They have marine versions. They have car versions. If you'd like to know more about this technology, we do have a video. We interviewed both Tony D'Amore and Juan earlier this couple weeks ago and put it up over the weekend. It's called Project M.
Yep.
Modus, so you can definitely head over there and just learn about the technology involved in these new products, which is phenomenal, and I think gonna really change the world. Yeah. So at least change the way we do things moving forward, and also make maybe it's Maybelline. Oh, that was good. Maybe or I was. It's going to really make other companies stop and relax and think about, hey, we need to come up with solutions for these things. Yeah. So if you want to learn more about this technology, definitely go and watch the video. Tony talks about the inspiration for the idea, where it's been used before, and how it generally works. So it's really educate yourself before you come out with an opinion. Moving on. This is a cool product, MasterCard Automotive Security, and it's a friend of ours that is Ada at Absolute Electronics is the supplier of this product. So one of the cool things about MasterCard is like conventional, like cars more or less come with some form of security system now. Most cars. Sure. However, we're also finding that, like, you know, earlier we had Hyundais and Kias that you could breathe on it and you could jump start and drive away with it. So there's been all kinds of silly solutions, and I say silly in that they're not silly, they're just ideas to see how it goes. Yeah. This kind of rolls back to the good old days of classic cardom, where you would put a key in the ignition, you'd pull the headlights, you'd pull the emergency brake, and you could start the car. Just it's modernized in the fact that it uses CAN data. So it ties into the computer system in the car and reroutes the way the car is going to start. So you set up a sequence of events, and it will learn those. And every time you want to start up the car, you have to repeat those sequence of events. It always reminds me of there was a Magnum PI, and I mean the original Tom Selleck Magnum PI, where he drove around in his Ferrari. Sure. And there was one episode where Higgins, his keeper, so to speak, put an alarm system in the Ferrari, and it had keypad, old-fashioned like Alpine or Code or Crime Stopper keypad, and he had to type in a code to steal the car. And so he guessed the code and drove away. That was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. This is pretty cool. Now, it does come at a premium price because it is a premium product and it is using intelligent thinking in order to do things. It is a small, easily hideable product, though, so people cannot take it out and run away, which is pretty cool. If you're interested more, definitely check the link in the description. This could be the thing you're looking for because, there again, if you've already got key fobs and you've already got security, you just don't want your car to get stolen. This could be a solution for that problem. This would be cool for the guy that had the F-250 that got stolen. Just plug this in. Oh, yeah. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Used to have that.
Yeah. Wiper's arm. That's what they say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I get you. Wow, we managed to make through it. Now, there was other stories that were new and exciting that we didn't cover because, hey, there's always new and exciting things to talk about. And we'll get to those when we get back. But those were the top stories that I thought would be fun and exciting. So the product's a little bit more than that. It's about $1,500 retail installed. Is what it is. But it's more. It's, you know, your insurance deductible could be $1,000, so this could be something a little more reasonable. Either way, depends. I don't care. It's available to you. You can check them out. Reach out to Ad at Absolute Electronics. See what it takes. It's Friday, guys. It's finally, you made it. I know. It seems like Thursday to us because we weren't here Monday. But tomorrow is Saturday, which means we'll be doing the Saturday show at 5 o'clock. Taking your questions, answering all your 12-volt hopes, desires, and promises. And that'll be it. We'll be back Monday for more after that. And then I'm off to Canada. To the CMA, where I get to freeze my butt off.
Party time!
If you are going to be in Canada going to the CMA, make sure to come in early Friday morning. I will be doing the first class, the opening class. We're going to do the OEM integration class that we put together. It's a really cool class. It's the one that everyone wants me to do a video on. I can't do a video yet because it hasn't run its course in the live world, but once it has, we'll definitely go back and address that because it is a really fun class to do, and it's very informative. Most of you guys that follow us, they'll probably know most of it because we talk about this stuff all the time. Yeah. I wish I was in Canada. I mean, I don't know if anybody wishes they were actually in Canada except for maybe Canadians. So sell the video for $200.
The video.
I mean, I wish I could. But that's it, guys. That's the news. Now you're informed. Go forth, be merry, and you know a little bit more today. So you guys have a great Friday. Be safe out there, and we'll see you later next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.